Over the last few months, the MHS Theater Workshop has been hard at work getting ready for their annual spring musical. Earlier this week, the cast and crew welcomed me into one of their dress rehearsals to give me the lowdown on this year's show. This weekend, the students of the Milford High School Theater Workshop will open up their annual spring musical. After delighting audiences a year ago with a more contemporary show in Legally Blonde, this time around director Margaret Gerard and the kids reached back to an iconic Broadway hit.
Pippin is a musical written by Stephen Schwartz, who is also the composer of Wicked and Godspell and a lot of other classics of musical theater. It opened originally on Broadway in the 70s and was nominated for, every Tony imaginable, and it won Best Musical and Best Actor and a bunch of other ones. And then the revival, which started in Boston at the ART, went on to the Tonys and also won Best Revival and acting awards and all sorts of things. So it's a very popular and critically acclaimed show.
Well, it's about the son of Charlemagne, the heir to the throne, who does not really feel like he knows what he wants to do with his life. So the show really just follows Pippin inside and outside of his mind. It follows a group of players that are inside of his head, telling him what to do, pushing him in all these different directions, and then it shows the real-life consequences of those thoughts.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen!
While this show is chock full of classic show tunes, Pippin is far from your average musical production.
It's a lot of fun because since it is a play within a play, the characters, speak to and interact with the audience. We break the fourth wall a lot, and it's a very fun show stylistically because even though it's, set in medieval times, the players themselves are sort of modern, so there's this mix of styles and scenery, and the original choreography, which contributes to the style of the show, is actually by Bob Fosse, of Chicago fame. So there's a lot of that very, stylized dancing and looks. And we have a new choreographer this year, Ms. Lando. She's a new math teacher. She's been a professional dancer, so she's done a fabulous job at capturing that spirit of things. And the kids are doing a fabulous job, and we've had a very fun time, creating this very dramatic color scheme and costumes. And so, the kids are having a blast with it.
What's really interesting about Pippin is how essentially the ensemble drives the show. And it's unlike a lot of other shows that I've done or that I think MHSTW has done in the past, where as the ensemble isn't just a backdrop, it's pretty much what drives the show, and the players are what is so important, because without the players you just have a bunch of people that just sing to each other and the storyline doesn't make as much sense. So I think doing Pippin and rehearsing Pippin with all the huge group numbers and doing things that require so many people, it's been certainly different, but it's also been, I think it's paying off a lot because everyone's involved, everyone's doing something, everyone is on stage at some point. So I think it really does a good job of getting people involved, and also a lot of people have fun in the big group numbers as well.
Taking on the title role is a student who has been an integral part of the theater workshop over his 4 years at Milford High School.
This is what I wanted. I wanted it back when we even talked about doing the show, and it was actually one of my easiest roles to play. I feel like Pippin's very similar to me in a lot of ways. He's a bit more whinier than I am, which that was a little harder, but everyone can whine, it's easy. But I've had a history of playing characters very similar to myself, and Pippin was just another one in that line.
He's been a star of the workshop, almost since he started. So it's been great. Vocally, it's a very challenging role. Acting-wise, he's trying to discover, Pippin is trying to discover his purpose in life, and so for him to try to go through these different stages and embrace what is it to go to war, what is it to try to be political, what is it to try to fall in love, it's definitely one of those juicy roles that every actor really hopes to get.
Stephen has the opportunity to sing some of Broadway's most well-known anthems in the show, making it difficult for him to choose which one is his favorite to perform.
I think my favorite is probably Morning Glow. It's the pinnacle of, I think, the show, and the whole group. It's so many people on stage all at once, and all the harmonies, it just flows together so well, and it really puts the whole show together, and it's so exciting, and it's a great way to end the first act.
Senior Sarah Pinto takes on the challenge of the show's leading player. a character who jumps in and out of the plot throughout the performance.
The leading player is very creepy to begin with. Just a very charismatic, kind of the ringleader, described as like the master of ceremonies type of thing. She leads the troupe of actors that offered to play out Pippin's life for him, and she kind of leads him through all these things, and all the while throwing him through all these loops, and he doesn't even realize it because she's kind of this master of persuasion and all these funny one-liners thrown in there. So yeah, it's fun. It's really fun to play.
Sarah Pinto is playing the leading player. That's a role that was originally a male character, but in the recent revival it was a female character. It can definitely go either way. So, we were open to that when we had auditions. But Sarah got up here and she just had the perfect blend of humor and charisma. Sarah is singing and dancing and acting her face off throughout the whole thing and really has to carry the show.
I kind of insert myself whenever I want to or need to, pretty much. When things don't look like they're going my way, when things look like they're going a little bit too right, I kind of gotta go in and shake it up and mess it up a little bit. I have all these like sassy one-liners where things aren't going my way and I need them to be my way. So yeah, that's a lot of fun to just kind of get to sit back and watch it and then kind of jump in whenever I want to.
Senior Jacob Rosacci provides a show-stealing performance as the bombastic King Charlemagne.
King Charlemagne, to be completely honest, in many different forms, I've seen him in many different ways, but my Charlemagne, he's like angry a lot. I mean, he likes to have fun, but at the same time, he also likes to yell really loudly at almost anybody and be extremely harsh, but then somehow makes people laugh at him too while he does it.
This is Jacob's first time performing with the MHS Theater Workshop, but his performance will surely be a memorable one for audience members.
So this has been my first time and my last time because I'm a senior, but it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
Overall, the cast features a large senior class that Miss Gerard has seen continue to grow and improve over their years at MHS.
The first time I started helping out with the workshop before I took over was their freshman year. To really have seen them grow from the roles that they had then till now, it's amazing to see, how much more of their talent they've developed. Obviously, a lot of our kids are also music students, so they're very talented in that arena. And just to see them grow and become mentors to the younger students in the workshop has been really rewarding.
Pippin premieres tonight over at the MHS Auditorium and has 2 more shows over the weekend, with a 7 p.m. performance on Saturday and a 2 p.m. matinee on Sunday.
To get the applause and the laughter and the reaction, I think it's going to take us to the next level because it's looking beautiful and the kids are excited, and it's been very cool to take on this very different challenge from what last year's show was.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Coette. Make sure you check out full episodes of the Milford Informer on Milford TV. New episodes air every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. and then re-air frequently over the course of the weekend. Milford TV can be found on Comcast Channel 8 and Verizon Channel 38. And if you live in the Milford area and have an idea for a news story, you can contact us at news@milfordtv.net.